Hi there! Before I begin, I tell you it is a big challenge for me to speak in front of you. So, please understand if I make a mistake. Last year, great inspired a change in me. I always stuttered when I spoke in English. But now, as you can see, I can speak in English in front of you with confidence. I think the biggest improvement is overcoming the fear within me. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about it. A few years ago, I ran away to Jeju National University. When I was in high school, I had a really hard time in many ways. People I met in that time gave me scars. My mentality was getting more and more fragile. So I decided to go to somewhere that no one knew me. I thought if I went to there, I could reset my life that was here. After I came here, I felt comfortable and was able to go out freely without my usual cap. My cap always protected me by covering my face. But this happiness didn't last long. Last summer, I met someone who knew me in the high school in the grade program. I was really scared that the same thing as in high school would repeat. I started looking for my cap again, and the fear became the number one feeling that I felt. I really wanted to run away again. Then one day, some thoughts came to my mind. I can't live running away for the rest of my life anymore. And it is a waste to live without doing what I want to do because of fear of people. So, with courage, I applied all the school programs that I wanted to participate in. Interestingly, all of them were in the grade program. In them, I had to constantly talk with people, even in English. It was really hard at first because of fear about people. Fortunately, as I attended the program 5 days a week for a month, I could talk with people more comfortably. My thinking was wrong. There were many good people. During this month, I made friends and found out that I like English through great. I made an English conversation study with friends I met on great and developed my speaking skills with them. By participating in the great contest with them, I could broaden my perspective and knowledge. Through these activities, I learned that what I like, and based on this, I could imagine my career as a diplomat. 5 years ago, it wasn't thinkable. Lastly, I want to say something to someone like previous me. Don't be afraid. It is not your fault. Just decide what you want and go for it. Thank you.
The great expectations for campus life, like all freshmen. However, the university life I had dreamed of was a little different from reality. Because I expected various external activities and programs, but Jeju National University did not have as many diverse programs in 2018. The only thing I could do was to find external activities at the national level or to engage in activities such as student council through major professors. Then one day, I decided to challenge myself in the grad program with events such as English camp, contests, company tours, and study groups. At the first time I participated in the grad program was in the winter of 2019. That time, I was very bored with the winter vacation, so I applied to an English camp on a whim. The English camp was held at the resort for 3 days, and a total of 4 students became team members through level test. And next, I had to make a presentation under the theme of public diplomacy. At that time, I had to stay up all nights with my team members because of the tight time. As I stayed up all nights with my team members, I felt team spirit. And actually, the provision of high-quality meals and snacks made a deep impression on the young people who are always hungry. It was really the first time I drank high-quality coffee beans instead of vending machine coffee. This was the moment I fell in love with the great program. And also, 3 foreign tutors always took care of the students, and they only spoke in English to get us used to it. But thanks to that, my English speaking skills improved, and I was able to correct my pronunciation. In the end, our team on the project, and we went to Moscow for an internship. This outcome gave me the confidence to take on the challenge. Even though I was always worried about how to present in English at the beginning of the program. And now, I passed the first interview with an American company, and I finished my internship at an international company. Without the great program, I would not have even dared to challenge myself. As the number of passionate students of Jeju National University increases year by year, I feel very proud that I'm a student here. There are many friends who sometimes live in Jeju Island and lament the lack of opportunity. However, there are more friends who have seized various opportunities through the GRADE program. Opportunities come to those who challenge yourselves. I want to say these words to all Jeju youth who have to take on new challenges. Challenge and be great. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yejuri, and my topic is I have found the goal. After participating in the GRADE programs, I have found the goal. I always wanted to be good at English, but I didn't try. So I applied for the English camp. The program had activities such as games and presentations. Meeting new people from various majors, my feeling was refreshed. During the lunch walk, I had a conversation with my friends, and we talked about MBTI. I'm ENFP, the last P being someone who has no plans. But one of my friends was ESFJ, and J is a planning person. He makes annual plans, monthly plans, and daily plans into Excel tables. I was very surprised and motivated because if I make a plan, I just think about what to do today. But he made a detailed plan. The plan he implemented was painted green. There were really few parts that were not colored. But so I don't know. So I make future plans and making plans. I'm sorry for this. Can I check my script? I was impressed at that moment and went home from that day to make future plans. But do you think people who have lived without a plan can make plans? The answer is no. So I thought about it before I went to bed. I kept thinking about the future and making plans. It was concluded that I should go abroad. So I really applied for a program where I can go to overseas internships. It's been a month. The camp ended. But I continued to improve my English skills. I didn't know this program would make me a planned person. I take English classes from 9 to 6 on weekdays. Also, I wake up at 7 a.m. every morning and work out. Before going to bed, I watch animation without subtitles. Isn't it amazing? These days, I am the busiest I have been in my life. I'm challenging myself not only in English but also various activities like drones, corporate tours, sales management, and metaverse. Grid always plans programs that are most interesting and popular with people recently. So through the Grid, I was able to learn and experience many things. Actually, I didn't have many friends in Jeju because I transferred school. However, through these programs, I made friends from various majors and ages. If I knew this program a little sooner, I could have more activities and helpful experiences in my life. I told you that I had a goal. Do you remember? It was probably November last year. I had my experience at the ICC. I've been to many exhibitions, but that's the first time I've seen the preparation process. I didn't know anything about convention. However, after I watched the exhibition staff and talk concert, and it was a very attractive field. So I set a goal of working at a convention company. Of course, it will take a lot of preparation. But I try every day, and I might be working at ICC someday. Anyway, I would like to thank GREAT and my organized for changing the direction of my life. And I hope even one person was motivated by my story. Give it a shot. Thank you.
도약에 대한 이야기, 많은 응원 부탁드립니다.
English is the first step of every project. I once heard a story like this from a professor. If you want to develop well, you need to have a coding skills and a lot of development knowledge. Many technical documents are in English, and many IT-related materials are also in English. Only then did I realize, if you want to become the developer you want, you must speak English. Like pupa becoming a butterfly, English will help your coding skill develop into their final form. I was thinking about becoming a programmer. So, after thinking about how to study effectively, I formed a team with friends who have the same interests. Our team of 3 high school friends came together with a common interest attractive. Smart City is not only in engineering, but also in social and environmental fields. Smart City is make our daily life more convenient. It's based on intelligent information technology such as artificial intelligence and big data. It helps children to enjoy a convenient and comfortable life by solving traffic and environmental problems that occur in city life. We applied to the Great Study Circle program, which offers meeting all topics needed for career growth, including English. English is very important to everything. In this program, our team first studied the English words and idioms. That is the basis of grammar and English reading comprehension. Even if there are not complete sentences or correct expressions, but we try to use them when we discussing smart city issues or creating leaflet. I got more passionate, wanting to know language that is not in English test like TOEIC. So I joined Smart Grid Supporter. Smart Grid Supporter is a group that is spurring the spread of electric mobility such as kickboard and scooter. In this program, I could learn about both technology and a big data, technology and a real language. Inspired by two experiences, I chose my future job, a programmer in a smart city. These activities have allowed me to focus more on what I want to achieve. To achieve this goal, it is necessary to study computer algorithms and coding, as smart city services are built upon computational intelligence. In our department, a group of a few students are studying high-level computer algorithms and preparing for the coding test. The coding test is getting more and more competitive and hard to pass. But it's very interesting and makes me happy when I understand how to solve difficult problems and finally make it. After all, thanks to the great program, I decided not only to study English, but also to become a programmer in a smart city. It's not easy to get into a big IT company these days, but I will try to achieve my goal step by step. Thank you for listening.
5번 이지윤 학생의 발표입니다. 취업 동아리 그레이 클럽 활동과 그레이 캠퍼스 체험을 통해 얻게 된 변화에 대한 이야기입니다. 많은 박수 부탁드립니다.
Experience is a powerful engine for me to go further, and the great program is supporter for me to expand my horizon.
My passion to learn something helpful started to grow more and more since I became a senior in my university. Thanks to great programs where I explored different jobs and prepared for the future, I could spend fruitful 2021. I cannot continue to participate in this program just before graduation, but for juniors who still do not know where they can get help, I want to let them know how they can broaden their own horizons. First, job club. The biggest fear most students have is finding a job, and it was always hanging over my head last year. But I got some news that there's an opportunity to be supported financially for getting certificates required to apply for jobs. Since I knew some enthusiastic friends who would be willing to join me, I participated in it with them. And I really like that they arranged time for us that we have to study. Before, when I studied alone, I was distracted easily, hanging out with my friends and just put it off again and again. However, as it is an official certificate program and there are group members who have the same goal as me, I had to study for my future. Finally, without spending my own money at all, I could get an OPIC certificate for the last semester. I felt a sense of achievement to make it for my future. Now, with an OPIC certificate in hand, I'm applying for the overseas internship without anxiety. Second, great campus. With coronavirus blocking of meeting between people, there are not that many chances that we can make new friends. Because I was interested in getting to know different people who I can share my opinions about the future together, I was especially attracted to the 4th grade campus, which was a visit to ICC and becoming a one-day step for the Drone Week program. I was considering ICC as one of my future workplaces, and the experience was much more valuable than I had expected. I could not only become friends who are passionate about what they do, but also get a variety of information about working there. During the education and the subsequent Q&A session, I asked a lot of questions from qualification to their job satisfaction. I could understand more about MICE industry and feel like I was going forward to my future step by step. Now, I got more confidence to process any assigned job in the future and feel happy to get my precious friends. I am sad that I did not take part in more programs and got to know great programs just last year. But I appreciate that at least I got the opportunities to explore this world. I will drive forward based on the fruitful experiences with the great programs.
드립니다.
What do you think about the metaverse? Linguistically, the metaverse is a compound word of meta, which means beyond, and virtual, and universe, which means the world. The metaverse expands reality to the digital world. Now, I work in the SW Lounge of the Central Library in Jeju National University, which receives IT-related questions from students using GatherTown. GatherTown combines metaverse elements with a video lecture platform. People can communicate with each other while walking around the GatherTown map in the form of avatars. There's a saying that GatherTown will replace Zoom. As the metaverse is a huge issue these days, I was curious about it, but skeptical. Meeting people in AR or VR was possible before too. And I didn't think it was such an innovative technology. So, when I learned the GRADE program had a metaverse group, I wanted to learn more. I had high expectations. When I first started this program, I had my doubts about the metaverse. But during first day, as I learned more and more about the metaverse, I realized that it is the future. This program completely met my high expectations. I was able to think about our future with virtual reality. I learned how to create a map of GatherTown for its platform GatherTown. And those who participated in this program were able to tour their own maps, which was a great opportunity to experience with a virtual reality directly. Not only did I create a map, but I also participated in a metaverse content creating contest. Our team consisted of me, a computer education student, and my sister, an art student. Our majors made a good combination to show off our understanding of metaverse and the elements of design essential for map making. In recent years, both of us have been busy, so we haven't been able to talk often, even though we live in the same house. However, by participating in this contest, we laughed and chatted together all night long. My ability to create a map of GatherTown has improved. Recently, when I couldn't drink with my friends due to the COVID-19 limit, I invited them a GatherTown map that I had made. We had a no face-to-face drinking party. It was a rare and enjoyable experience for my friends with a virtual reality that I had made. Though at first, I was skeptical of the infinite possibility of the metaverse. Because I participated in this program, I became a believer. This program made me realize the true value of the metaverse related to my major. I have decided to study more and create a video introducing how to create a map of GatherTown to upload the SW Lounge YouTube where I work. I hope this video leads others to help make a more convenient society. My great experience has helped me develop my part in the metaverse. Thank you.
뜻, 지역선도대학 육성사업은 다양한 프로그램을 운영하고 있습니다. 이러한 그레이트를 희주 학생은 마치 달콤한 케이크로 가득 찬 진열장과 같다고 비유했는데요. 희주 학생의 이야기 함께 들어보겠습니다.
When you walk into a bakery, you can see a showcase full of cakes. A cake with strawberries on top, a cake covered with chocolate, or a cheesecake. Each has its own flavor and shape. All you need to do is just pick one and taste it. The GRADE program is like a showcase of various cakes. There are so many types of programs. Everything is already prepared, and all you need to do is just pick one or more of the cakes. Then, put it in your mouth and enjoy. Enjoy your great cake and develop your own abilities. If you want to acquire your language ability, you can pick language education. If you want to get ready for your job, you can pick training program for your work. Last year, I was searching for something exciting online, because I was so tired of repeating the same thing every day. One day, I found a poster, the Great Talk Concert. A talk concert? Workers from offices related to the international development, sharing their own experience. I picked this cake, the best cake for me. There were 3 toppings on the cake, 3 stories from 3 workers. Yesunga was like a chocolate decoration on a cake. Her story about her own career path in Korea International Cooperation Agency was very detailed, well organized, and attractive. Just like making a chocolate decoration, maybe it took a long time for her to make her own career path. But she made it, and now she is showing us her recipe. There was also a wild strawberry on the top of the cake. Park Hae-rim from Korean National Commission for UNESCO. She told us about the real-life experience of working as a young professional in a developing country. She worked in East Timor. It was a really wild story, not processed. It was juicy and tart. She told us a story about her new neighbors. One day, after a hot rain, she went down the stairs to go to work. But she couldn't leave because water was everywhere. When she tried to go into the water, her local neighbor shouted, "Don't go into the water! They are here!" She looked down and saw them. The alligators. 5 alligators were waiting to eat her. This story really shocked me, but I love the reality of what she told us. The last thing was my favorite thing on the cake. Nuts, but a hot nut. Kim Jun-seop from Korean Foundation told us about his efforts to be employed. His passion and patience really impressed me. He failed a lot, but he never gave up and kept challenging himself. A walnut is really hard to crack, but if you succeed, you can find the really nutritious and delicious kernel. The Great Talk Concert was the best cake for me. 3 stories from the workers made my experience more delicious and appealing. After joining, I learned 4 things: knowledge about international development, my own career path, preparation for my future job, and my life goal, passion and patience. All I did was just pick the cake named the Great Talk Concert and enjoyed. Everything you need is already ready. The one thing you should do is just pick and enjoy. It's a piece of cake. Thank you.
학생입니다. 내가 그레이트 프로그램을 통해 얻게 된 2가지. 과연 그 2가지는 무엇일까요? 재원 학생의 이야기를 들어보겠습니다.
Hello, my name is Jaewon, and I want to talk about my improvement through participation in this great program. The 2 points I've learned in this program: empathy and implementation power. As the internet and transportation develop each day, our area will be wider than now. So it seems me that the importance of improving foreign language skills will be emphasized further in the future, but I don't think so. The accuracy of translator will be better than now, and as it is now, will be meet people in non-face-to-face more than in person. So we used to be meeting people in short, not in a long-lasting relationships. But it doesn't mean that empathize ability is unnecessary. Rather, it will be more important. In other words, the more likely we are to lose our empathy, the more important it will become. Empathize ability is not only applies to others, but also oneself. I could understand myself only when I could empathize myself. Before I try to know other people, I should know and understand myself at first. Based on this, I could make a good relationship with various people who live in different environments and different ways. And also, I experienced that good relationship and smooth relationship is maximize our collective intelligence, and it can produce the best result. And the second, I think the implementation power is essential in a world where information is readily available to anyone. We don't get far away because we don't have any information or method we need, but we are likely to get far away from success because we do nothing. For me, I already knew that the experience of giving a lot of presentation would help me to grow and success, but every time, whenever I had a chance, I always give it up on my own by making excuses like I'm not confident or I'm not ready yet. But I could build up my implementation power and courage because of the active atmosphere of great program. Not only me, but all the students expressed their own opinion with their own confidence. So while mixing with them, I was able to gain my courage, and I experienced that implementation power with meeting people can produce the best result. So I'm sure the two things, that implementation power and empathize ability I've learned in this program, will lead me to success from 21st century. And that's it. I'm really honored. I really appreciate to having a chance to giving a presentation on the stage with other people. And I'm so flattered. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your attention.
를 찾게 되며 진정한 제주대학교 학생이 되어가는 이야기, 박수로 맞이해 주세요.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before starting my speech, I'm gonna ask just one simple question. What is the perfect student of Jeju National University look like? Actually, I'm a transfer student. I entered this university last year and I completely changed my major. At the first time, I was excited to make new friends and wanted to study hard and enjoy the school life. But COVID-19 didn't allow me to do it. All lectures are conducted by video. I don't have a time to make new friends, and it was difficult to follow all the classes. So at the beginning of the semester, I had a really hard time. However, this was the story only until I joined the GREAT program. Last summer, my friend and I participated in the GREAT plugging program. The plugging is a compound word meaning to pick up a trash while jogging. Last year, I didn't know about the plugging, but I learned through the GREAT program. These days, it is necessary to pay attention to environmental issues to be a perfect student. Cigarette butts, plastics, clothes. There are many different types of marine debris, and even food floating in the sea. The disgusting smells and visuals made me so angry. But at that moment, I remembered that I had also thrown a trash everywhere. Sometimes it is annoying to hold my plastic coffee cup all day long before I found a trash can. I know it's embarrassing, but to be honest, I throw my plastic cup on the street once or twice too. And I realized this is not what a perfect student does. I'm gonna explain about 3 biggest changes I experienced through the GREAT program. First of all, the power of execution. After that day plugging, I decided to minimize the use of plastics, so I bought a thermos right away and still use it as well. Also, to protect the environment, I started to use a solid toothpaste and a bamboo toothbrush. While I'm not still perfect, but I started to understand how to act on my beliefs. Because of this GREAT program, I can get interested in the environmental problems. Second of all, the confidence to present. It is natural to be nervous to give a presentation in front of a lot of people, but I think it is an essential ability to deliver my opinion to other people. I was afraid of the attention to many people, and I really want to change this habit. Fortunately, through the GREAT program, I found my confidence when I speak publicly, like what I'm doing right now. And I focused on trying to share the result of our plugging program, but my heart kept pounding. After I finished my presentation, one of the judges said to me, "Do you like giving presentations? You are very good at presentation skills." This magical compliment helped me to realize that I'm talented at presentations. Also, I wanted to challenge myself to learn more about public speaking. And that's why I'm here now. Through the GREAT program, I became a courageous student and I'm not afraid anymore. Finally, the spirit of challenge. If I didn't participate in the GREAT program, I would have had a tough time in this university. Originally, I was having doubts about my major. But after picking up a lot of trash at the beach, I became interested at the coexistence of tourism development and environmental protection. And now I'm taking a class about how to make development plans less destructive. Through the GREAT program, I became more focused on my major studies, and I'm going to study more about this subject. The power of execution, the confidence to present, and the spirit of challenge. These are the biggest things I learned through the GREAT program. I used to be timid in the past, but the things I learned through the GREAT program, I became a perfect student of this university. And as you see now, I'm talking about my self-improvement story in front of you in English. Isn't that great? I think I'm pretty cool right now. I am no longer wondering a transfer student, but I have been reborn as a great student of Jeju National University. Thank you for listening my speech.
그레이트 잉글리시를 통해 찾은 학교 생활의 의미 함께 들어보겠습니다. 박수로 맞이해 주세요.
Before I start my presentation, I wanted to share my Great English Award. It means I wanted to share my today's experience. I have the demo presentation 2 hours ago. In there, I have done a lot of the mistake in there. Even I cannot continue my presentation. I think about the reason. The reason is script. I memorize script all the day, even gestures. However, it pressed me. So, after break time, I dropped the script. So, I saw that I mistake in this speech. Sometimes I pause in the speech, but I know that you can understand me. Okay, I start my presentation. Desk and chair, and calm but niceness professional voice. The only bright PPT screens. Can you imagine the pictures? These are images of my lectures. All of my lectures makes me feel bored. I always receive poor report card each semester. My school life is meaningless. But look at me. I'm energetic and I can enjoy school life now. I wanted to share of how I make school life meaningful. The secret is English. To be exact, the Great English Program. Let's talk about in detail. Step 1. Apply the Great English Program. One day, I sat in front of the computer and searched our website. This is first time I found out about great program. There are many various great programs, but I applied the Great English Program because English is not related with my major. It means I don't need to be pressured by English. I can enjoy in English. Step 2. Relax in Great English Program. The first program I encountered in Great is Great English Camp. After this semester, I was exhausted. I put all my energy to exams. But the Great English Camp was held in a resort. The post says, the Great English Camp, Healing Camp. Wow, I thought I can take a lesson in there. I achieved my purpose of participating by relaxing. Of course, I was able to study naturally without pressure. Third, enjoy Great English Program. After English Camp, I applied the other Great English Program because I wanted to hang out with the teachers and students again. Last summer vacation, I applied Great TOEIC speaking program. After this program, for the first time, I took English test. It is not imagined in the past. Till now, I attended a lot of the class program, including Great Camp and Great TOEIC speaking. And this contest is also a great English program. I already said that my major is not required for English. However, there is many times when I need English. At first, my roommate is foreigner. If I cannot speak English, I cannot talk with him. Second, I try to read English textbook. My English did not improve suddenly through great English program. However, it is triggered me to improve my English by giving me confidence about English and makes me interested in English. Great English Award is same. Before I join the Great English Award, I don't know how can I speak well. I don't know what is good way speech well. But at least I know that script makes me pressure. Even though I spent a lot of time, I cannot do it is not effective. I will more grow up and I will improve in the grade program. Thanks, grade.